Hello, and welcome back. We are back in Omnia, um, on our pirate island. That's what it's called. Just words. Bleh. Word vomit. No big deal there. But yeah, the island's coming along very nicely. I like it quite a bit. And this guy, I have made a few revisions to that I wanted to at least bring you guys up to speed on before I proceed forward. So this backside's a little bit of a facade just because we have the redstone behind there. But I wanted to kind of keep it a little bit more flowy and whatnot accordingly. And of course, we still have to build more, and I think we're going to do that today on the episode, actually. But I did want to update you guys on the actual farm. So, what I did is I pushed in the back wall by 1 block because I don't know if you remember, but the Endermen weren't really falling very well when I had this disengaged, right? They were kind of getting pushed to, but not over the edge. Over the edge. And yeah, so it's working very nicely. They get pushed onto the traps damage them, and away you go. Okay? Very, very noisy, all that kind of stuff. Now, I did get this soundproofing stuff, and I kind of want to try this out just because I don't really know how it works. So what I'm kind of thinking is if I can somehow, does this make a difference, right? Oh yeah, that's way quieter. Isn't that nice? Okay. So each one you place, it's not like a muffler, but it's more like soundproofing a room or something like that in your house. So you can kind of include that, and it makes it at least a little bit quieter. The ender hopper down here is doing its work, just collecting up the ender pearls, all that kind of stuff. And then on top of that, we still have the engagement for them to be in farm mode for me, right? And one of the big things here is I did enable experience again. I had it enabled and then I had it disabled through an update. But the big thing here is I also switched to slabs so that the experience can easily travel underneath and get to me. So yeah, just a couple minor little tiny improvements as we've gone here. And as you can see, even with those soundproof blocks on each side like that, no concern whatsoever. So we can use this for experience, we can use this for a lot of different things. And of course, this is kind of like the back shop of this building. So in the meantime, we have to configure and design everything else that we need for this. I've got to get this designed done up, and then from there we can configure it, make sure everything's exactly the way I want it, and then after that we probably work on the warehouse and some of the wiring to go out to all of these different places so that we can get storage to where it needs to go. Alright, so when it comes to designing this thing, we already have this large chunk behind it, and we need to hide some of this and have just an access point in and out, hide the lever, things like that. So there's a lot of little details and nuances that I've kind of tried to play around with here for a base structure. Now, I just need a few more slabs, so bear with me for 1 second here. Boop, boop, and away we go. Boom, 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 boom. We'll take a decent chunk here. Good. Okay. So, a couple things that I've been playing around with is that this is going to be a larger build, okay? A bigger house. And there's a couple of different reasons for that. And one of those we'll figure out soon enough. Or maybe they'll be in the description of the video. But there's a lot of nice little details or detailing that we can do to kind of sort of gussy this up a little bit, if you understand what I'm saying. So a lot of good little details that we can add in to this build, being that it's bigger, okay? And one of those is purely function, right? We can actually have a more, functional building for this exact build. All right, so that's exactly what one of the things we're going to be working on is a little bit of that function. Now, it is also a little bit unique because we have our generic, kind of standard walkway that we've been building, for most of our stuff, right? We got a nice little entryway walking on up. Boom. We'll have our door basically right here, and you're in the house. Okay. Now you will have an access way to get to the farm itself. And what I'm thinking right here is our enchanting table setup. Okay. Now this is 6 wide right now. I think I'm going to try to keep it that way and make it work for what I want to do. Typically I try to stay more in odd numbers. But yeah, so we have a little bit of room here. You can always make it still an odd number if it doesn't work out, and we'll get to that at some point in time if it's required. And then more or less we have another little area coming up here that we can do something with. I haven't decided exactly what we're going to do up here yet, but I have a feeling that we can do some pretty cool stuff. I really would like to think that we can do some cool stuff. So in the meantime, I've just been kind of slabbing out the place, things like that, just developing our floor, our same pattern. Nothing too crazy there. A lot of the same stuff you guys have already seen, nothing new. So I kind of wanted to get a lot of this done. And then, yeah, we got this little section here. And I kind of was debating if we have like a little crawl space or something. Or, I don't think we have this mod. Yeah, we don't have secret rooms or secret doors. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe there's a little secret walkway to access our fan back here. Right? Our fan power switch. That might be a good idea for us to have as a auxiliary, right? So if we ever need to do maintenance, we can come back here and get in. So these are some of the ideas that I'm kind of batting around. Now it might just be like a bedroom or something like that for the caretaker of that product, right? But just one of those little tiny details. Okay, boom, boom. Let's get some doors, and let's kind of. I always like going with the pillars and placing doors and getting some of the fundamentals in place so that you understand exactly what your build is going to accomplish, right? So for example, if we place the door here, it's going to interact with that. That's not going to fly, right? We can't really have it interacting with the current fence post idea that I have there. So we actually need to push the door to the front here. Yeah, we do. Okay. And then from there, we can kind of throw a couple of... you know what? We'll do stairs? I don't like the way that... You know what? We'll go solid blocks. Yeah. We'll go solid on either side of the door. And we'll go solid here. And then we'll cap it. Just like normal. Okay? So yeah, there you go. We got a bit of a door. Now, I'm not liking that. I think we need to push it back that half a block. So basically, let's go here, and we'll go boom, like so. So now it's an interior door, right? Boom. It opens out, lines up nice with the stair, all that kind of stuff. And then because we just did that change, we can actually go in here and probably change these out to stairs as well. Just to kind of make it a little bit more of an entrance. I do like that quite a bit. And then we have this gentle step up, and for the most part we'll need to decorate all of this room. And then over here will be our enchanting setup. And then what I'm thinking is we need that secret door, or that doorway, back here. So for us to do that, obviously we need to get ourselves a block, like so. And we need to have our door, like so. Yeah, okay. And then we'll have to fill in the sides and the gaps. Now this one's tougher because we are very restricted in headspace. We don't want to impact these supports that we've placed. So for right now, we'll probably keep it very simple, very light. Maybe some stairs, things like that, to be incorporated in. Equally on the side here, I don't want this stone brick showing, so we'll probably cover that up just with like something like stairs. And then we can leave this as our actual wall because it does look pretty sharp. So anyways, just a few of the concepts and ideas that I'm kind of going through in my head when designing and building these buildings as we progress, right? So, you know, I'm just going to grab more wood here. I'm so glad I set up this little lumberjack. It's helped out so much during these builds. There we go. So yeah, we can kind of incorporate and play around with different ideas. Same thing, we now have a bigger entryway than some of the other buildings. So we'll have to figure out how we're going to incorporate that. I don't think there's a way that I can hide this without pushing this up. But I'll play around with that because I don't really love seeing the redstone there. So, you know, we'll play with that accordingly. But yeah, simple as that, that kind of covers up some of what I was complaining about. And then from there, we can very easily just kind of branch into this little cubby. And we'll have to do a little walk down, I think. Yeah, kind of like this. No, not that. At that level. There we go. Yeah, something along those lines. And you know what? We can probably do something like that. Cap it over nicely. Over here we can do like so. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. And then on the side we could do a little something like this. And like that. And then maybe some fence posts in between. I think we can pull that off because, yeah, I think we'll be able to. I think we'll be able to do this. Let's see. So if we go like this, is that going to impact our roof too much? No, I don't think so. I think we're going to be okay. Maybe we can actually incorporate it together a little bit. But I'll have to kind of play around a little bit with that. But yeah, so just kind of general concepts. So this works out well. We can get into the back room here. That'll be pretty nice and easy. In the meantime, we will throw a couple of torches down, make sure everything's lit up in there so we don't have any trouble. And then equally, we'll have to get a torch out over here because these half slabs will be spawnable. So yeah, a couple of little details. And then because this is an exterior like this, and we have a palm there, I think we need to incorporate a palm here as well. So that should kind of sort of more or less complete this thing a little bit better. I'll probably, now this needs to be, I think, solid. Yeah, I think we need solid there. So yeah, I'm gonna keep tinkering around. There's a lot of intricate details with builds like this, so we got a lot of detailing to kind of look at and explore. But a lot of it will also be pretty easy, I think, where we can easily just kind of manipulate and go from there. But yeah, anyways, a lot of little things, and yeah, we'll go from there. So let me keep working, and I'll bring you all back in, yeah, once I get a little bit more progress done on this massive, beautiful building. Alright, so I know that there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. This is very, very plain Jane. So there's definitely still a lot of details that need to be kind of tweaked and configured. But for right now, we're looking somewhat okay. I definitely need to work on some just like depth of detail to, like this side I like. You know, the roof's very much a pyramid. Don't get me wrong, it's very pyramidy, right? But I really like this side in the fact that there's a lot of different details and stuff like that going on. But, you know, you get over to this side, it's completely flat, you know, all the way across, right? We got flat, 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 right? So we definitely got to spice that up a little bit. The front looks good. I like this. You have the three you know, separate roof lines with just even a small little peak and detail in the middle. So I really like that. We got to do something with the undercarriage over here. You know, we got this extra little undercarriage going on here all the way around, so we got to do a little something with that and decorate that up. And then same thing on this side a little bit. This one's not bad. I don't mind this section right here going through this L bend, but once you get to this wall, it's like flat, 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 right? And you know, something as simple as going at this with like some sort of a, you know, stair going around or something like that might be all that's required. But you know, for right now, it's the best that we got. Okay? Okay. Alright. But yeah, even doing something like that adds just that little bit of depth and detail that, you know, we didn't have before. So there's a lot of still cleaning up and finishing touches. This is completely flat. Needs to be gussied up. I'm thinking a nice little flower box maybe or something like that. But anyways, that brings us to actually equipping this thing, right? We're close enough in the fact that you can literally walk up, no big deal, boom, open up the door, and you are in the building, okay? Now I need to get some lanterns and things like that in here, but as you can see, a luxurious space with ample opportunity to do many different things, right? I need to get myself an item frame for the remote lever, right? And I got to get a few bricks over there. But for the most part, it's looking pretty darn good, I think. Anyways. The other thing that I was kind of debating is, oh dang, I don't have them on me. Let's go get some quickly while we're here, is some more spruce trap doors. And just kind of putting them on top of the piston, but I think the redstone will trigger them, correct? I think that's a thing that happens. So we might not be able to pull that off. I guess we can do a quick little test though. I think I need more of these anyway, so I'm not too worried. But yeah, using a lot of the same details, we've successfully pretty much masked this whole thing. Actually, we can test it with the ones, yeah. Hey, don't do that. Hey, you don't do that. Anyways, so yeah, I think if I do this, those will trigger, right? Oh no, they didn't. Okay, so we can kind of gussy that up a little bit more, which is cool. Yeah, that's fine. This one though, I was kind of playing around with these soundproofing, and I might need to hide them a little bit better than what I currently have. But yeah, I was kind of playing around, like, can I decorate these things to not be ugly no blocks, you know? And yeah, not really. Not really. I definitely want to have these in here because I don't want to be hearing the Enderman all the time. Where did they go? Oh, I bet you they went down below. Oh, I just thought about that. I don't have a way down. Oh. Hi. Hi, darkness. Hello, darkness. Yeah, so that's another thing that I gotta kind of configure, I guess. Geez, I didn't even think about that. That's where some of my blocks went. And the lead. Yeah, so we'll have to do a little ladder system down there, I think. Something along those lines. So yeah, if we go like so, and those don't trigger, right? No, they don't. Okay, good. But yeah, as you just heard, incredibly loud, right? So what if we just take these blocks out? We'll throw these in here like that, and then, you know what? What if we? Ooh, maybe I can do 3. Maybe we can do 1 right here. Is that going to be enough? You know what I mean? Is that enough soundproofing? And then we can kind of sort of hide them with trap doors at that point, because it's only one face. That might be alright. I might have to remove that one. But yeah. Anyways, I got a lot of tinkering still to do around here. Just with finalizing of the build and things like that. And then, of course, next episode as well, we got to tinker around more with the storehouse here. Because I haven't done the basement yet, right? We haven't done the basement, and we haven't even, I don't believe, not completely finished the upstairs either. I still love the coziness, even though this is a big building. I think it's going to be great. Great to have. So let's head on over to our enchanting setup here. We have a great experience farm over there. Apparently you can't pick up that. Okay. And let's grab our bookcases. Finally clear up this last little bit of our land here, right? Look at this. Oh, the island is back to its natural habitat from us basically living on this rock for however long. And I think I have an anvil. Yeah, we got lots of anvils. All the anvils. Let's do that. And let's get ourselves a barrel. Yeah, we got a decent amount of them. They're nice little decor items that we can kind of incorporate into this thing. But this will be good for a little bit of an enchanting setup, even if it is a temporary one at this point in time. I gotta figure out that too, all in due time. So let's configure and figure this all out. So we have 4 wide, right, with an enchantment table. That sucks, typically, right? And yes, it does still suck. Don't get me wrong. We gotta figure this out, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go off of this wall with our bookshelves. Now, if I place this there and that there, does it register? Does it read that as a level? I think it does, right? 258. Well, you know what? We can place them down quickly and get a quick glance. No, 258. So the slabs themselves are blocking the bookshelves. Okay. So, that's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly for what I wanted to do. How do we get around that? I think what we're going to need to do is get more bookshelves than what are required. As well as, there is some very funky things from bookshelves. From Mr. McCaw's. You can do some really cool, like, dressers and furniture and stuff like that. So let's take a look at some of that as well. When I was in the end thing, we got a ton of bookshelves. So I'm not overly concerned about not having enough of those. So let's see about... Do any of these... I don't think any of these give you the benefits of, you know, of the actual thing. But, yeah, just one of those thought processes. Okay, spruce plate. Let's try it. Let's see what this is like. I've never really played around with these very much. So, spruce tall bookshelf. Spruce kitchen cabinet. Oh boy, okay. That's more complicated than I was anticipating. And then spruce bookshelves, basically the same thing. How is it different? Anyways, so that's cool. Bookcase dresser. Bookcase nightstand. Drawer nightstand. Oh boy, yeah, that's pretty complex. So we'll take a look at this one and see what it's like. I like the little, the way it looks while you're carrying it. That's pretty cool, in my opinion. But yeah, let's just take a quick look. And then I'm also curious if this actually gives us any levels. It does not. Okay, so it's used up the books, but it doesn't give us any of the levels. I think, though, I think that it duplicates. I think that this could be a nice thing to kind of add in here. So, yeah, we got to play around with this a little bit. Let me play and see what I kind of sort of like. It's definitely not going to be your standard setup. Alright, so I know I still have a lot of work to be done around here, but I do like the way that it's shaping up. I'm still not sure about this redstone, and maybe I'll change this around a little bit. But I did make myself a little way down, as you can see, so that we can at least access this when required. As you can see. Beautiful. Alright, and we can get ourselves back up. pretty straightforward, pretty easy, right? Equally, I made up the enchanting area. I went with these tall spruce bookshelves instead, and kind of placed those around. We got some barrels in the floor, you know, a crafting table kind of tucked in behind, and these all go up to level 30, which is great. And then from here, I kind of wanted just to try a couple things. One of those is like to display some items here. Literally just to have them, right? We got an enchanted book, we got an iron sword, we got bookshelves kind of scattered about that are giving us the levels. You know, getting some cobwebs or something, maybe like on top of that bookshelf, I think would be pretty cool. But yeah, overall, pretty darn good. And the way that I kind of see this is we got ourselves some storage, right? For a lot of different things. We got ourselves some lapis and books for that type of stuff, and we're pretty much good to go. We got enchanting, we have the capabilities of enchanting, so let's go for it. Magic protection 3, beautiful. Starting off with a great one. Flame, look at us go, lighting the lamp with these amazing enchants. But no, all things considered, we can get ourselves a lot of good things. We got an anvil and the disenchanter right over here, so equally we can disenchant items, things like that, as we see fit. So I feel like we're in a pretty darn good spot. There's a lot of decoration that's going to have to go on in here. I definitely am seeing some carpets. I might lower this entire floor by 1 block, so then it'd be level with this one, so maybe I can change this stone brick out to something else and it'll look a little bit more streamlined. But then we get into the situation of making sure we have everything lit up, which is always a fun situation. But I do think I'll probably lower this floor completely by 1 block all the way to pretty much here, and then we have our staircase up, and we have to decorate this room as well. Now this one, again, I may debate dropping this floor just because, you know, decorating on a half slab is a little bit annoying. And as we saw before, we do have our secret hidey room to control the fans, which is great. And the only other thing that I need to grab out of all of this is probably some sort of an item frame or something for our remote lever. But as you can see, remote lever, we can engage our experience farm, and we can go to town. So that's going to be it for me. Thank you all so much. Oh, that's pretty quiet. It's quiet enough. We got our experience farm going, and we can enchant right behind us. Pretty darn nice setup if you ask me. And yeah, that's it for me this time around. Thank you all so much for hanging out and watching. I really do appreciate it. Ooh, sharpness 3. Ooh, I think I need that one. Anyways, a lot of fun to be had. We'll just turn that off. We got a lot of endermen here. So, alright. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have yourselves a good one.